What's going on? I'm Cole, and I am joined today by my co-host, Mr. Comfy himself, Blake.
Miss,
Blake, how's it going?
it's good. I got a new chair. Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing.
It's a
And a foot
comfy
pillow. And foot pillow.
and a foot pillow,
I
and
used
this.
to have a kitchen chair. I had to like last night, or wait, no, last night was the first night in the new chair. But like, if a stream goes for an hour and a half or an interview or something, like I'm sitting in this stiff ass kitchen chair. No cushion, no nothing, and yeah, it's quite the upgrade. It's an experience.
Well, hey, you know what? I'm happy for you first and foremost, and I'm glad that you're comfy. You make me want to buy a new chair, but do I need a new chair? I don't know the answer to that question quite just yet.
I don't. I mean, I always assumed it always looked like you had a nice chair.
I mean, it's just an IKEA chair. I've had
I
it
guess
for
I'm just judging it by the back. I guess
yeah, it's
that's
an
very
IKEA.
shallow
Oh,
of me.
apparently my head isn't covering that. I just have my little stand back there. I was like, oh, if I lower it, no one's going to see it. And then I realized the way that I sit, everyone's seeing it. But
Yeah.
they probably didn't know that that was a thing going there until we specifically said it. So, hey, we got Las Cruces in the chat. Hey, what's going on? Hello
What's
from
up?
New Mexico. We got Three Good Nerds. If you guys aren't checking out Three Good Nerds, they're an awesome channel. And he's been a really big supporter of us. So thank you very
Yes.
much for all
Thank you
the
very
kind
much.
words you've had. And every time that he grabs a book from us, he goes ahead and reads it. He reviews it in a little short. So that's always fun to see. We got Chaos and Comics. He's talking about the Stanley Cup. I don't know what hockey even is. We got Ronan all the way
What's up,
from
Ronan?
Australia. How's it going?
Hey, anytime.
Oh, yeah. And we got Hurry Up and Let Me Win This Book.
Comes
Also, this book didn't technically come out today. It comes out
out
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.
And I should probably make a hashtag for this. This is going to be a weird one today. So
Is it? That's
it
exciting.
is. I'm excited for it. I'm probably misspelling it. And it's going to be so funny because when everyone actually sees what the word is, they're going to be like, wait, what? You misspelled that? And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, to be completely
Man,
honest here.
speaking of misspelled, my boss just messaged me and he was like, "Hey, all those posts you made today on our socials, like you spelled intracranial hypertension wrong," and I was like, "Oh fuck."
What word did you spell wrong?
Intracranial hypertension. We're running this charity,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, because I used the same. It was for this. I put the same on all the socials today. They were all spelled incorrectly in the graphic too, not just in the body of the tweet. The fucking graphic was misspelled, so that's fun.
Well, hey, good for you. We're going
Yeah,
to use the hashtag Griffin today.
Griffin,
Yeah.
dude, that's hilarious because I have been racking my fucking brain because I couldn't remember his stolen identity name. And then I was like, man, I don't want to go inside and get my tablet. And then right before I clicked the StreamYard link, I noticed my tablet was sitting right next to me. You would think I would notice this 12.4-inch behemoth of a slate of a piece of electronic, but I totally missed it.
We got my buddy Zach's collection. Zach, how's it
What's up,
going?
Zach?
Hope you're having a good day today. And we got Kevin over at Entropy in Comics. Hey, Kevin, it looks like he is saying hi to everyone.
What's up,
I had a
Kevin?
tongue twister there. Las Cruces is still here, in case you missed him. We got people joining this. We got Steve.
And was here
What's
early.
going on, Steve?
We got a shout out to Las Cruces for being early and waiting to pump up the chat. Like, guess he's doing God's work.
Yeah, we got Wet Comics. What's up? We got 2 people from Australia. Can we make it 3 to 4 to 5? Who knows?
We'd love
Who
it.
knows?
We'd love to take off over there.
Well, speaking of other people from Australia, we got Andrew
Nice.
Kais. We're at 3 now. And we got Gilliam Barnaby. Hope you're doing well tonight. And yeah, so we're talking about a book today. We kind of alluded to it. I threw a hashtag in, didn't even mention it. Also, I put this in the wrong spot, so I'm not even doing my job right. I was like, why does this look weird here? Why does this look weird compared to everything else? It's because I put in the backgrounds and not the overlay. We're talking about Night Fever.
I'm looking at the screen like, what looks weird?
What's going on? This doesn't look weird to me. This is how it always looks. All right, I'm definitely not going to highlight Chaos and Comics most recent thing that he said, and I'm just going to say that if he wasn't a mod, I would tell another mod that maybe they can put him on timeout for 5 minutes, but they can't do that. So sorry. And everyone in Australia. That's not how we feel here. But we're talking Night Terror, Night Fever. This is from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And even though his name is not on the cover, Jacob Phillips is doing the colors on this book.
Oh man. Ouch. I didn't notice that until just now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the way it like kind of works out, it's
I
fine.
know, but it's his son.
At this point, you kinda-
He's like, leave him on. Anyways, it's a great book.
Yeah. And so,
Jacob Phillips is an Eisner nominated great color and letterer and illustrator from a really swell book called That Texas Blood.
That Texas Blood. And and that book Newburn. So he's working with
Newburn. I still have
really-
to read Newburn. I still need to read.
I read the first issue and I was like, I'll just wait for all this to come out collectively.
Yeah.
And I haven't read it since.
Oh.
I didn't love the first issue. It was kind of like this guy that was like, he works for the mobs, but he's also solving crimes. This is Newburn. And like I was
Sounds like Spawn Batman.
yeah. One dude is Batman. The other
One
is
is Spawn.
one came from hell. Together, they're solving crime. What happened to Doomsday Clock? We'll never know.
Yeah, there's some drama in the chat.
There's some drama in the chat. I'm just saying, hey, everyone love everyone a little
We
bit.
love Australia.
Old Wolf, what's going on? How's it going? Oh man, now Chaos is getting very specific, so we'll just kind of I don't know, dude. Let's like, dude, what like, hey, dude, I'm just trying. I'm like, sorry that I don't want you to just openly be a jerk to the entire country of Australia. I know, you know. I don't know anymore, dude. Can you just say something for like a second so I can just like deal with chaos? All right, I just called my local I just called my local. I don't even know what I'm trying.
What's up, 23?
Yeah, 23 Monch. How's it going? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out.
Called your local what, like politician? Like
yeah, I called my local
councilman?
politician. I put in a bad word for chaos. He is no longer invited to the city of Grand Rapids. So thank you for that. But yeah, we're here. Yeah, we were talking about Night Fever. Then I got really upset about the whole thing. But if you want to know, so this book is coming from, I would say, I'm going to say, I was thinking about this, right?
Oh my
I was
God,
walking.
Oh my goodness.
What's happening? Am I going weird or I'm
No.
just going weird?
No, I guess I'm looking at too many comments, Cole. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I've leveled up in the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about that I was going to try and go for this, I was thinking about this. I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was picking weeds. And I was thinking, what is a more iconic team than Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips?
I mean,
The
now, maybe none. I mean,
the only other team that
King
came to
and
mind.
Dreads, like,
Yeah,
Fish,
that's what I was
that's
thinking.
there, right?
Tom King and Mitch Sherrod's. But the difference is,
I said his name wrong. I always say
I don't know. You might have said it right. I might have said it wrong.
maybe both of us said it wrong.
Uh,
how do you say his mysterious? Mitch,
be
come on our
completely
show
honest,
one time and
It
tell
kind of
us.
is. In this book, I think sort of. Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's some night sweaty elements, you could
Yeah.
say.
We'll get to that in maybe
yeah.
a second, I guess. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is Blake and Cole read a book. And like,
Don't tell us to talk about the book. Like, we'll talk about it eventually. No.
I'm trying to think. I guess does Jorge Jimenez and James Tynan do multiple things
I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't be a natural team
that you'd
that
think
would just
of?
roll off my tongue. Yeah. Like that's kind of niche. I'm trying to think of like historical, like Lee Ditko. I mean,
Yeah, but like, well,
that's old time shit though.
yeah, but like also we're talking about like modern people, right? You know
Okay,
what I mean?
all right. Well, yeah,
At least
they're-
I am, I guess. I don't know. I was just trying to think of this, and that was the only one I could really think of is Tom King and Mitch Rods. But really, they've only done 3 things.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Sheriff of
right. They're
Babylon.
lazy creators. Do
Yeah.
more, guys. Get your shit together.
Tom King is so upset right now. Tom King just tuned in. For the
Just
first time.
randomly
He's
tuned
like,
in.
you know what? I'm gonna give these dudes a chance. They seem like all right dudes. And Blake's over here like, fuck Tom King. He needs to do more work. Those, 3 to 5 books he puts out that are all Eisner nominated at the end of the year. Why aren't you making 8
Yeah.
Eisner nominated books, my
Come
dude?
on, man. Get back to Batman too. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, 100% agree.
But also, I
But
mean, yeah, like
but
keep doing Love Everlasting and whatever new crazy mini
yeah.
or maxi series you come out with later. I'm just kidding. He's like, I talk about this to other writers on my show. I always bring up Tom King. I'm like, when I talk about like someone doing something right, I'm always like, it's like I see a lot of Tom King do that. People are probably like, like some people are probably cool. They're probably like, yeah, cool. Like put me on the level with Tom King. I feel like a lot of people are like, this motherfucker, if he compares me to TomKing one more time, like,
I'm gonna.
this guy
I read his
comics?
Batman, and
He
fuck
read
that
this
dude's
one guy.
Yeah, and of like all people, it's one that's like such a mixed bag for the community. Also, we got Ignacio. I think I might have said hi to Ignacio.
What's
Maybe
up,
I
Ignacio?
didn't. We got DAGR cards.
What up? What up?
I don't think. Oh, we got Trev. I think Trev's here.
Trev.
He is here. I don't know if I said hi to him already. I'm not really sure what's going on. I might have a night fever currently.
I don't think we said hi to any of these people, or I blacked out temporarily.
We didn't.
And missed
but,
it.
But speaking of you blacking out, we got Black Crown Comics. What's going on? How's it going?
Segue of the day.
That was perfectly fit. And speaking of blackout, I mean, so okay, we kind of alluded to some of the stuff in this book, right? Let's get to it. We got once again Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Jacob Phillips, iconic team. Did you read the letter at the end of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how it sat around for a while and it didn't work for him. Side note, when I went to previews just now, when we were maybe going to look at images from there, because we couldn't find any on the image website, I this did not click with me until I read the preview solicit. They compare it to Jekyll and Hyde. And I was like, oh my God, how did I not see that? Like, how did I not see this modernization of Jekyll and Hyde?
There is a movie that is very famous that involves a dude named Brad Pitt and another dude named Edward Norton.
Oh.
And I kind of had some vibes of that going. It doesn't get there, and that's definitely probably slightly a spoiler. But I don't know. Did that ever come across your mind?
Yeah, a little bit.
But there's one specific scene where I know, like, if you go back in Fight Club, there's like a bunch of certain stuff that you never see. Yeah. And there was one in this specifically that made it so this couldn't be a thing.
I want to know, this is like not a spoiler, but just maybe an alternate read of the book. Maybe this is your homework assignment for whoever wins the book this week. I want you to, because he's a main character and he's in the solicit. Like, what if you read the book and imagined that Raynor wasn't real?
Well, that's kind of the thing, right?
Like, would it still make sense? Like, oh, that's what. Okay, because I thought you were talking about like the alternate.
Well, that they're the same person.
Hold on, maybe I misunderstood the Jekyll and Hyde reference. Maybe I'm only applying it to Mr. Webb and not. Oh my God, oh my God, I'm just rethinking everything.
I don't know. Maybe we're spoiling stuff. Maybe I forgot. I don't know what's happening. Who knows? But hey, so what this is
you kind of all from the preview solicit. Anybody?
Yeah. So this says a gripping. I'll just read. I'll just read this. Or hey, you've got it up. Let's see you read it. I think you're better at reading.
Oh well, I don't have it up anymore, but I'll get it up for you.
Control Alt T, dude. Control Alt T.
What does that do?
Hit Control Alt T and your last tab comes back.
I don't think that was. Wait, Control.
Alt T.
T
isn't Tom.
Control. Nope, nothing's happening. All right. Previews World, Night Fever.
Sheesh, now I don't want to win this book anymore. I guess
oh shit. I ruined it.
We definitely didn't ruin it. I don't think we ruined it. Unless I really misunderstood the ending.
I feel like we both might have misunderstood this book. Anyway,
I don't know that we did.
Or we understood it. Maybe everybody's supposed to understand it in a different way. Anyways, let's read the solicit real quick and see what we're dealing with. A gripping new original graphic novel from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, the best-selling creators of Pulp, Reckless, Criminal, and Kill or Be Killed. Who are you really? Are the things you do, or are you... Wait, shit. Who are you really? Are you the things you do, or are you the person inside your mind? In Europe on a business trip, Jonathan Webb can't sleep. Instead, he finds himself wandering the night in a strange foreign city with his friend, the mysterious and violent Raynor as his guide. Raynor shows Jonathan the hidden world of the night, a world without rules or limits. But when the fun turns dangerous, Jonathan may find himself trapped in the dark. The question is, what will he do to get home? Night Fever is a pulse-pounding Jekyll and Hyde noir thriller about a man looking the darkness in, about a man facing the darkness inside him. This riveting tour of the night is a must-have for all Brubaker and Phillips fans, and also Jacob Phillips, who worked on this book as well.
So I'm going to say one
Secretly-
thing. For everyone that ever watched my most anticipated comic books, I would read the solicit usually of a one-ish book. And usually it was a lot like what Blake just did. But every time that I stumbled, I had to like start over again because I knew that I'd have to edit that like stumble out. So like it just, but like not start over from the beginning, right? I would start over from like 4 to 5 words before the mess up so I could hopefully mesh that in together. I'm going to be completely honest. Anyone that's reading solicits live and getting them 100%,
No, you're a
you get a gold star.
It's ridiculous.
Like I listen to audiobooks and it's very rare that you hear this, but I heard one the other day where it was just like randomly a different thing. Like that dude recorded that, nothing. It was like he must have forgot that he messed up and had to go back and change a word. But like, how long do you think? So like let's say it's a 30-hour audiobook. Do you think it takes them like 500 hours to make?
Oh, I don't know. I also wonder if they like cake it out too. I wonder if it's like because I guess it would kind of depend on how you get paid, right? If it's like if you're getting like some kind of hourly wage and you have to mark your time and like make shit make sense and like prove your edits or whatever, then like yeah, maybe you like stretch some shit out. But if you take these like audiobook gigs and it's like, you know, you take like a lump sum amount and you have to have it done by a deadline, then you're probably like cranking shit out hardcore, like maybe even editing live, like recording line by line,
that'd be
or
wild.
something like that, you know, like almost like they do in a studio with like with every big album. Like I didn't know that till recently, like in studio, like they do like line by line and like the vocalists do anyway. And so, and even if they get it right, they may take like a couple takes line by line. And then the fucking dude who makes like shit tons of money, like edits it all together and like masters it. But like part of his job is going through all like the samples and they pick like the best sound. So like, if they don't fuck up, they have multiple takes, and then this dude listens to it and he's like, yep, that one hits the hardest, and he like puts the shit together line by line. I don't know, that's probably how audiobooks do it, but faster, and they don't make so much money. It's like Grammy Award winning artists.
Well, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe audiobooking. You know, a lady I used to work with used to ask me about that. She would ask me about podcasting all the time and like what audio equipment I use. And I was like, are you thinking about starting a podcast? This is when I used to have a real job I have a job now, sort of real. But when I had like that job, I quit before all this craziness happened. Anyway, I was like, why? I was like, are you going to start a podcast? Like, you know, I can help you answer questions and stuff. She was like, no, I'm thinking about getting into recording audiobooks, but you have to have like good audio equipment. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, is that a thing? Maybe I should do that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you read audiobooks by me?
I know
I'm like,
there are
shit,
some people
fuck.
doing voice edits, but yeah, I don't know. I would guess that the company would edit it. I could be wrong. You might have to go to a studio.
I don't know.
We got Sleepy Reader in the house. What's going on? We got Red 03. We got John's comic with kids also.
Hey, what's up, John? I love his stuff on Instagram. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. And I just figured, even though we're sponsored by Maker Mark, I'm drinking Larceny for.
Oh wow, I'm drinking. I don't have my bottle out here, but I am drinking Makers.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Maker's Mark now.
Unofficially sponsored by Maker's Mark.
So, this is funny because I was going to say I have somebody that I might be able to hook you up with to talk about this, but we got E-Man. E-Man actually has been going into, I think, and starting to do some sort of voice acting himself. So yeah, if you know anything about audiobooks, I don't know how we got there. We were doing a live
solicit read.
Yeah, there was double vocals. The people really like the double vocal
on the fly. Like some people buy those $600 podcast mixers. We don't need that because
we don't need that. I'm just like Pulp, Reckless Criminal, and Kill or Be Killed. We weren't as probably towards the end. It got a little off kilter, but we did our best. Maybe I'll come in for all the uppercase words next time around. Or just randomly, like, you're like, in Europe.
Australia.
Have you ever been to France? It is insane. His wife edits podcasts. She edited an audiobook and found it super demanding. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of the
so
thing.
they just like send. Oh, that would be even worse.
Yeah,
that would suck. You have to like listen to like the good lines and the bad. Oh man.
Yeah, just like somebody is like, Jonathan Webb can't slap. Oh, that was sleep. I need to redo that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Webb can't slap.
Oh wait,
why
sorry.
did I
Can
read
you guys
slap
hear my
again?
dog barking? Like,
I
oh
can't.
man. Like,
Yeah.
oh wait, that's the trash truck. Hold on 1 second. Meet. Like, you gotta edit. Oh man, that would be terrible.
I mean, I think Blake has a pretty comparable mic setup to you right now. His might be there, but
I mean,
I'm
just bad with money and blew a tax return.
Yeah.
I called it investing in myself. Made me feel better for like a day, and then it made me feel stupid for
for the rest of his life.
Even because Cole likes to remind me. He's like, the Rode podcast mic is better than yours, and it's cheaper. And I'm like, okay,
it's not better technically. It is just a cheaper alternative. Like, yeah, you could have just gotten this, and this wasn't
you have
good enough
you have
for
the
you.
Cloud Lifter hooked to yours too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I think we both, right? You bought the Scarlett too, so we both have the same audio interface, right?
Yeah,
and we both sound good. I mean, of all the things people have said about our show, no one's ever came out and said, "Man, you guys sound like dog shit."
You guys sound like idiots, but at least you're two handsome mustache men. We got actual Dracula, the king of the Insomniac
What up?
live stream. What's going on?
Speaking of insomnia,
we're talking about a book. It's called Night Fever. This is loosely the third time we got into me telling us that we were going to talk about this book. So the idea is this guy is in France. Have you ever been to France? I have not.
No, I love their bread though, and their cheeses.
Love the French bread. Love the cheese. Love the croissant.
The croissant.
What's croissant?
Those like dog YouTube videos where they're
oh
like,
yeah.
I wanted a croissant. Like,
croissant. Anyway, so they're in France.
You guys ever watch shorts on your phone? It's crazy shit, man.
So we both look and sound great. Yeah, and yeah, the Cloud Lifter is great.
That should be our sponsor. Look, Cloud Lifter, like Cole's selling your fucking products, like sponsor us. We both have them. We'll show them at the beginning of every episode. Like, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
We'll do anything.
Do it. So 23 Manch has been to France. If you've been to France, put hashtag France in the comments. If we get 5,000 views, maybe the country of France will sponsor this show.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have a valid passport, the country of France may or may not supply you with a week-long vacation in their
on your
destinations. Money. Yeah, like you have to pay for it, but they'll set it all up for you, possibly. But you have to have a good passport. So
yeah, we've got one France. But yeah, my dad recently got a passport, so good for him.
Ooh, is he gonna do some traveling?
I don't think so. Hashtag Eco Boost.
Oh shit! What's up, Ford?
Yeah, Ford F-150s in the house. So this dude's in France. He is a book salesman, book pitcher. I don't know.
Yeah, he works for a publisher.
You pitch your book to this dude, and he works good in the foreign market. And this first issue of this book, it read super quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading it, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm into this first issue, because it's about a guy who's at a conference trying to buy books from people in France. Like, those are all things.
A weird start.
It's a very
the dream,
weird first
though.
issue.
The dream makes it interesting, right?
But
yeah,
this is one of those books as we kind of talk about these iconic teams, and we got Chris, the comic vet. What's going on? I think he might be a person here that might know of other iconic teams. I know we've kind of like mentioned them, but of the modern comic creators, do you know any that are prolific? Has had Brubaker.
Oh wait, Fraction and Chip Zdarsky.
Have they done a ton of stuff together?
No, they did.
I mean, I guess when I think of Matt Fraction, I'm thinking of David Aja.
Oh shit, that's another one though.
But they only did one book, right?
But yeah, but the real good ones, like you don't have to do a lot.
But I'm saying like people that like they work together all the time. Okay. They're constantly putting
keep
stuff
changing the rules. Like it has to be between this decade and this decade.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I just said,
Anybody but Lee and Ditko. Like
you pretty much said, I'm talking modern teams, and you're like Stan Lee and Ditka, like Jack Kirby and himself.
Who did
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Oh
Jeff
shit,
Lemire
yeah.
and,
Or
Dustin
Lemire
Wayne.
Sorrentino, I would argue.
Yeah, Lemire Sorrentino. So apparently Lemire's just the, and hey, let's even go with another one. Now I've thought of another one. Matt Kent and the Jenkins, which is funny because Ed Brubaker's got both of the Phillips. Matt Kent's got both of the Jenkins.
Interesting. What book did they do together?
They did Fear Case. They did Hairball.
Oh,
they did Apache Delivery Service.
Ooh, I've wanted to read that.
They might have also done Black Badge.
Staples. That's another. I was Saga. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but they've only done the one book too.
But it's
been a pretty prolific book. Yeah, I'll give it.
Yeah, they've only done Saga, guys. You really like Saga too, no? Like, aren't you like a pretty
yeah, for sure. I guess when I'm trying to think of this though, I'm thinking of people that do multiple books. Right?
Okay,
and that's kind of the hard thing with this. And yeah, and who knows? Jeff Lemire also pairs pretty well with Jeff Lemire himself.
Yes, he can. So also does Matt Kent. Matt Kent has that similarity as well. Matt Kent can Matt Kent like nobody can Matt Kent. Jeff Lemire can Jeff Lemire like nobody
so it's
around
really
Lemire
weird.
Can.
I know there's been a lot of talk about Reddit recently. When I got into Reddit and comic book Reddit, the number one books that are recommended the most on Reddit are like, check out. Oh, you like Jeff Lemire? Check out Matt Kent, because I kind of forgot. Yeah, I get it, dude. 60 issues, but like, what's going on? We're talking about a book. It's called Night Fever. It's about a guy who goes to France, right? France. This is France. We're talking about country. France. We're not talking the city in. There's probably a city in the United States called France. Somewhere. Not that one.
Some people call Kansas City the Paris of the Midwest because we have lots of fountains. I'm not even making that up.
Gross.
But it doesn't.
Oh yeah,
you said gross. Like...
I don't know. So 27 minutes in, we kind of talked about how we both didn't enjoy the first issue, or I alluded to that I didn't really like it.
I was hooked. Yeah, I've been hooked. I've been hooked for the whole time. Like, they use a cooler color palette in this issue. I think it works really well. And like, I don't know, the art really sold me, and I connected with that, like, kind of like unimpressed with life and phonied it in, and like, nothing's really how I want it. Nothing, like I'd been there, and I kind of like, I don't know, like I saw that and connected with it, and I was like, okay, like I know where this dude's coming from, and I don't know, like I just was like, I was attached to Mr. Webb and Sean and Jacob's pages, like from the, he was, even with the slower start, like it's very pretty. It's like Ed even says that in the end. Like Ed thinks this is one of Sean's best deals, and I guess Sean painted, or he didn't paint it because Jacob colors it, but like he drew it on like oversized boards or something. Like it was drawn larger than traditional comic book pages that they do. So he kind of switched it up. Ed kind of switched it up. Went to this project he'd been working on for a while, and like, it just was a little weird. It was a little bit weirder than Reckless. It wasn't criminal, and it, we've gotten kind of comfy to the Reckless vibe, and that's not a critique. Like, I love that book, but I really, when they announced their new book and it wasn't Reckless, and I knew we'd have to wait for Reckless, like initially I was like, man, like I want more Reckless, but this was a nice distraction. It was and something for them to play around with and experiment with, which if they do stuff like this, right? Like we need to give them these moments to breathe, to like make their other books better and test things out and get weird with it. And that's what I loved about Night Fevers. They got fucking weird with it. It reminded me of Fatale. Like it was weird. It was different. And it, I just knew I was in for a different experience, for the same reason that distracted you in the beginning, just because I was like, this isn't how they normally start. And start something with an explosion or a death, or like but this was different. So yeah.
And once again, I guess I was just very confused at where the book was going. Once you start
Yeah.
reading the second issue, though, it really takes off. And I guess to add to that, it's kind of funny because you mentioned Criminal. I think the thing is, like, I just reread, and by reread, I read all the original Criminal. I'd never read the original Criminal. I just read like the newer 12
See,
issue
I haven't
arc.
read the newer still. I still need
So
to
I,
read the newer.
I went back, I read all those, and reading them all back to back to back to back to back to back. Hopefully, I said that 7 times.
It's
You
close.
notice that the cool thing about Criminal that I really liked is that it's the same team, but they're changing it. Each issue has different like art style.
Yep.
The stories kind of go all over the place, but this is very different. Yeah. And like you said, Reckless is kind of this world. It's similar to Criminal. Each of the stories are different. They take place in different time periods. You kind of get a different writing style, but this Night Fever is very different. It takes elements of like horror in a way to like, you know, this is still a crime book, right? At the end of the day, it's a crime book, but you don't know in the first few issues if it's gonna be a crime book, right? It just kind of goes into there. And yeah, I guess the Jekyll and Hyde reference that they mention in here is one that when you see it and you read it on the paper, you're like, why didn't that click in my brain? Because I think you said it right in the beginning. It seems pretty unlikely now that if anyone watches this and hears this mention it, they're not gonna see this. But it's this man who's kind of settled in his life, as you said. He's selling books in France and he meets a dude, and this dude offers him a crazy night, and he goes on it. And he's like, hey, this dude could be like my best friend. Is it worth giving up my entire life? Like, to just hang out with this dude named Rainer that I met at a party that I wasn't supposed to go to, that I said that my name was Griffin, which is the hashtag of today. Hashtag Griffin, if you want to win this. This is probably going to be one of the coolest books when it comes to books that we give off this show, considering it is a hardcover.
All goes down from here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We'll probably in December, I'm guessing that we're going to be talking about another book from the same creative team,
they have
because
said
that is one thing that they're talking about. They're going to be releasing this in
Did you notice, Cole, though, as someone who's also on Image's press list, like we've had this book for
so
a very,
long.
very, very long time.
I've
like,
downloaded it
this months out before FOC cut off. Like
I downloaded it 3 to 4 times.
Yeah, same.
And I didn't read it until like Saturday.
I read it. I was gonna write a review before FOC, and I got distracted by something shiny, and so I read a little bit of it, but didn't finish it. But then, like, I told Cole today, what I did, I woke up this morning and I made my social media posts and misspelled all of them because I'm a really good social media manager. And then after that, I sat down and I read this cover to cover in one sitting. It's a fast read. You know, like you can crush it in less than 2 hours probably around, but like
you could probably crush this. It's 5 or 6. It's 5 issues, maybe.
I called it 5 issues on my counter. Yeah,
you could maybe. I would say you might be able to crush this book in an hour.
Yeah,
it moves like quick.
Yeah, or yeah. So I mean, it's a fast read, but it is that time. I mean, honestly, if you guys want to know the real story, like I read most of it on the toilet, and then I was like, man, I'm kind of uncomfortable. How long have I been here? And then I was like, but I didn't want to. I mean, like I'm fine telling the story. Sorry if it's TMI, but I was just like, this is how I started my morning today, and I was like, I was time stopped on the John. Like I was like totally, completely wrapped up in the story. It just like it stopped. I didn't know where I was. I could have been on the toilet, in the backyard, on a couch. Like I don't, like everything just stopped and the story took over, and it was a really cool. But anyway, what it did bring me back because I was like, oh man, I should wrap up in here probably. But whatever. Like it just it just
like wipe my butt.
Yeah.
The book's been on the toilet.
See?
Now I want to win it again.
Well, not this one.
Technically, this is his 12.4.
This is my 12.5 inch or 12.4 inch tablet. I'm sorry, I exaggerated a bit. But no, like I know. Okay, but I will. It just was a transformative experience. Like it really did. Like makes you forget. Don't read this if you have something to do soon, or like if you're like, I'll read this for a couple minutes on break or something. Like it will. It really does pull you in,
this will engulf you.
And has that comic book magic of like where time kind of stops and you turn and it doesn't stop. It just feels like it does. But like you're just turning these pages and you lose track of time.
The only reason I took a stop in reading this book is that there was some boobs.
Yeah.
And I was in an airport.
Oh.
And I feel weird reading boobs in airports, so
Yeah,
I kind of put it away. We got Larry Green. What is
up,
going
Larry?
on? Larry Green Machine. How's it going? Thank you for
What a
joining
big
us
shit.
today.
It was. I mean, I wasn't pooping the whole time. Like I said, it was like it was just like it was wrapped up in the book. Man, I probably should have told that story.
Yeah, the 12.4 inch tablet is definitely something that we've proven. I'm just saying that, like, you know, do you really need a tablet that big? What isn't 10.5 good enough for you? You need that extra 1.9.
They didn't have it. They didn't have a 10 point. I still think I should have got the 14.6 one. I didn't know it until after I ordered it on Amazon that there was a Galaxy S8 Ultra that's a 14.6 inch tablet. But whatever. I just paid that tablet off, so feeling pretty good about that. Finally paid for that oversized slab of comic reading that makes the bathroom time so much better.
And I will say that if you want to dabble into the world of digital comics, sometimes having a nicer tablet definitely
does help.
I mean, you can get by with an Amazon Fire, but they're not.
But I've heard that you cannot.
You can. It's just you gotta be tech savvy enough to figure out how to get that Play Store installed, and then you should be okay.
But yeah, there's some cool options, and like, I mean, I wanted an iPad Pro initially, but the Samsung was a couple $100 cheaper, and I liked the hardware, and it came with a pin. But for real, like that OLED screen, like, dude, there's a lot of times, like, I mean, I have a budget 4K TV. I have like a TCL 4K TV, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't have it's not like I have the best television to watch stuff on, but there's a lot of times. See, thank you, dude. Thanks for knowing where I'm coming from. But the OLED screen, like there's a lot of times where I'll lay in bed or lay on the couch, and I'm a big dude, right? So I set the tablet on my belly, and like it's like having a giant TV because it blocks off your whole vision. But I watch a lot of media on my tablet just because of that OLED screen. Colors look crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Like, it definitely changes when you get a nice tablet. Long story short, it really changes how you view digital comics.
Yeah, and I mean, I still love digital comics just for the ease.
Yeah.
And we got.
I also want this hardcover that we're talking about too. So like,
luckily you missed a lot of the turd talk. So
yeah, you did. You missed the bathroom hangout. The green. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and I have a new gaming monitor too, but it's not a 4K gaming monitor.
Yeah, I don't even have a 4K graphics card because I always go with like the budget graphic card of the bunch, and also like I don't even know that you can buy budget graphic cards anymore.
Well, yeah, you can buy budget anything when you're building a PC. I have.
Well, no budget. Well, I mean, a lot of those were used for mining Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But have you ever?
She did start some turd talk the other day, but you know what? Whatever. Like, thanks for tuning into our shows. That's all. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Like, I mean, we get weird. You guys are allowed to get weird too, to an extent. Like, don't.
The digital, like, people at my work have an 8K monitor.
What? That's real?
Yeah. They also have one of those cheese grater Max.
Oh yeah.
That like starting price is like $6,000.
Yeah. Okay. God, I was about to say, what kind of rig do you have to run that? Now that makes sense.
Queen of the Turds.
The Queen of Turds. That's better than Game of Thrones did in that final season.
That was weird. I don't know what that hand movement was.
But
that was weird. Sorry.
I didn't know if you were agreeing with me or if
I don't know.
Never talk bad about Game of Thrones.
Dude, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones were awful. But
see, yeah, all right. So that was an agreement. Shake.
Ring the bell.
or I was thinking a slot machine, like.
It's turbo time.
You guys want to hear a really inappropriate funny story though?
No.
No? All right.
So back to Night Terror. Night Fever. Why do I keep calling this book Night Terror?
I don't know. That's how. Maybe this isn't a real episode. You're dreaming it right now. It's real though.
Yeah, and sorry we haven't showed any art. There wasn't any preview pages on Image, and they're kind of specific that
They
you can
are-
only use
yes.
stuff that's on their page. So I try not to not use stuff that's not on their page. And also, I mean, if you know Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, you probably know what Sean Phillips' art is going to look like. I don't know what happened there, but
but you also can, if you look up the previews website, they have 4 pages. But yeah, there's not a lot of preview pages up. But do know that they did adjust their color palette a bit, and the adjusted color palette when you get to like the nightlife scenes and things like that, really, really, really makes it a special thing to behold. I really dig the cooler palette used in this book. Like it's very, very pretty. And again, it's just weird. It's weird like us. They were finally, they're just talking about weird shit. Like, we're not doing, this book ain't reckless. Let's party. And they partied. Dude, they partied hard. They do drugs and hallucinate. And Sean Phillips like makes that real on the page. It's fucking cool, guys. It's crazy. Like,
so we can do this though, I think, right? So here are some of the
share the whole screen.
Yeah, so we got this. Boop.
Here's where the cooler palette starts to take over. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't see boobs.
They can't.
No boobs. Thanks to no boobs. Yeah. Dude, and I love these types of like panels here where it's like the glasses take the color.
Yeah.
But that was some of the art. That's what we got. I figured I'd show some of it just in time for C Bizzle to show up. And we got Callie and Jordan Squad. How's it going? And we got Rob FastX. How's it going? It's like someone put show content into a blender, and this is the result. That's kind of what we do here.
that's what we're going for.
We're kind of talking about a book. We're also drinking whiskey, and sometimes we talk about poops and how. And let's be honest,
to be
Rob,
fair, I didn't mention pooping. I just said I was sitting on the toilet for a while.
You alluded to pooping.
I could have been sitting in there listening.
You could have just done a sit down pee, and you were like, "I'm going to read an issue of comics while I do a sit down pee."
You never like before you take. I was pooping, but like you never like before you take a shower, you like turn the shower on, let the water warm up, and like sit around and play on your phone, and then every now and then you're like, "Oh shit, I've been on my phone a little bit too long. The steam's building up around you." You're like, "Oops." You never do that? Cool. All right. I'm a weirdo.
I always, I would say the worst thing in any day is when you decide that you have just taken a shower
and then have to poop.
Then you have to poop.
Oh my God.
I try and spend at least like 30 minutes trying to force myself.
You're just in there. You're like, oh, you better.
It's part of the wake up routine.
I'm gonna make sure twice. I'm gonna make sure 3.
Well,
and
now my issue is now that I started to like do a little bit more of running, it's kind of like, well, what if I'm just out there in the wild and a poop comes over?
Oh man, do you bring like wipes with you or anything just in case? Do you have like a fanny pack when you run?
No, I just do it. Damn. Before I go out.
That'd be pretty cool if you did.
Yeah.
Have like a fanny, just in case. I drank that protein shake before I started running. You don't know what's going to happen sometimes. Sometimes you go the extra mile. So does your cold.
I don't drink protein shakes.
What? I thought you had to do that to like work out. You got to do like the pre-run drink and then the post-run drink and then the right before you go to bed drink. And then you take like 3 pills for vitamins and testosterone and all that. And then you wake up and do it again.
That's the way that it goes. And speaking of things that aren't poop,
this book
we got nice favorite. This book is like, I mean,
and not pee.
Quality wise, I would assume this is probably one of the best books we've talked about.
Yeah, no, it really is. That's we don't have to talk about it much because like Cole said, because of the name Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, like a lot of people are going to buy it regardless. But if you're one of those people.
If you don't like crime books, you probably will not like this. But if you don't like crime books, maybe you need to read this because maybe this is
maybe it'll open your eyes.
To be fair, he is the same Mike as Joe Rogan.
Blake Rogan? Does he poop a lot too?
I don't know. I also don't know what poo joggers are.
So. I think they're just people that shit on the side of the road. Are there a lot of people? We've got a lot of Australian viewers. Are there when when you guys are driving around, like running errands or driving to work, are there a lot of joggers on the side of the road, like hiding behind bushes, like taking shits? Is that a thing? I don't know. We get arrested for that here.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience. I just know like you definitely can't pee in public. So I'm assuming if someone caught you like squatting behind a bush, that's a ticket or a fine or a
Apparently it's a
trip to
thing.
jail.
So I will say though one thing. Colorado, the bike riders there are aggressive. Riding on bikes that don't even like riding on like not busy roads, but like high populated roads that don't have shoulders. Like, what are you doing,
Oh
Colorado
wow.
bike rider?
Oh yeah, you just came back from Colorado.
Yeah. So
So you were just dodging bikers the whole
dude,
time,
dodging bikers.
hanging out with
One
your dad.
dude. So Red Rocks, the amphitheater,
Yeah.
has this like path you have to walk up. Some dude's just like, I'm just gonna ride my bike down this. Like, what are you doing, bike rider, dude?
Did you go
Like,
to a
I don't
concert while you were out there?
No, we just
Oh.
you can go to the studio and just walk there.
Oh wow. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. I've done some weird shit. I'm not a poop in the shower guy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. That sounds like
You gotta clean that up.
Well, I know that there was always that skit. Like, do you pick it up and throw it into the toilet, or do you shove it down the drain?
Jesus Christ!
All right, we should talk about something that isn't this topic because I'm no longer into this. We've talked about this way too much. So, Night Fever, it's a book.
Yeah, this guy goes to these conferences and he doesn't sleep for 3 days. I don't know if you guys have never slept for 3 days.
It's been a while since I haven't slept. I don't know if I ever have.
Things start to mess with you. You see stuff out of the corner of your eye. You don't people talk to you. You lose track of people while they're talking to you. You're very confused. You're very easily aggravated. Very similar to quitting smoking cigarettes, but also if you're really fucking stupid. So like combine those two things and that's not sleeping for several days at a time. You're just like you're irritable, you can't figure things out, and no one wants to hang out with you or talk to you. And everything anyone says to you is wrong or doesn't make sense. And this guy's going through that and also like feeling a little guilty because he's away from his family and he's not missing his family as much as he should. So there's a lot of weird things going on with this guy's mind. And he for a couple nights, he just kind of fucking gives up and gives into his base instincts. And you get to see this wild adventure of a guy who pretends he's someone else. And once the train starts moving, the train can't be stopped, basically. And it's a wild train ride, and the art reflects this. The pacing and story and dialogue reflect this. Some things don't make a lot of sense, but they're really fun to read. And both Sean and Ed fuck with your head a lot in that unknown and make you question a lot of what's going on. It's very much an experimental noir crime narrative. It's got a lot of what you know and love from these guys, but it's so different. It's so fucking different. And
yeah, I mean, it's got drugs, it's got fighting, it's got
aliens,
robberies, some aliens. Yeah, the aliens part is still like loosely confusing to me.
Right? Yeah, there's a huge wrench thrown into the gears.
Just like what? There's aliens, and then it's like, just kidding. We're not gonna really talk about that. And then they're like, just kidding. We brought the aliens up again.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like, guys, I wish I almost want to do like what are we, episode 18? Almost want to do an episode 18B where like people read this and come back for a spoiler filled chat and we talk about theories on what the narratives mean, on what really happened, on what didn't happen. Like there's so much. Some of you may think we've given away some key bits of information in this talk already in between the bathroom chatting and whatever else we've talked about, but we are merely peeling back the first layer of the onion. Like there's more blooming onion, there's more fried crispy bits that you can dip in that delicious mustardy spicy sauce, right? Like
is it mustard in there?
I don't know, man. It feels it's like it's like mayo, mustard, and sriracha, probably, basically. Maybe some ketchup. It's good sauce though. Like it's good onions on day 11 of nuts.
Yeah, congrats, Trev.
Cool, man. I've been there. I'm actually jealous because I recently started. I cheated and then started smoking again. I feel really fucking. I haven't smoked cigarettes in 2 fucking years. And anyways,
Hey, you can get this too. You're gonna start walking or riding an e-bike.
Yeah, or get my feet amputated. One of the other. It's not. I'm just kidding. I get like my feet fall asleep at night. I got old people. I was telling Cole I got old people feet issues. At night, I get pins and needles in my feet, and it wakes me up. And then I get up all early, and then I don't know, shit's going on. Like I finally got my blood sugar figured out, but now my feet. I don't know, man. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it for me, guys.
You got this. You just gotta go for a walk tomorrow.
Just go for a walk. It's so easy.
Just do it. I mean, you want to know a good thing to do too? This is one thing that I do sometimes. I either like find some time to like post something on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Or I respond to my YouTube comments that haven't been responded to in a really long time because I got a lot of those.
Oh well, Mr. Popularity.
Well, no, it's just, I get in these weird fits where I just like don't respond to them. And then it's like, hey, remember that comment that dude left 6 months ago? Hey, sorry, I didn't really forget about this. I just got real lazy, and you just happened to be so far back that here we are.
That's me when people send me review copies to email. I finally get to their email and look at it, and I'm like, oh, thanks for sending this 3 months ago. I'm real sorry. I just saw it.
Yeah. Hey, I read it. But
well, no, I didn't. I just responded, and then I'll respond saying we'll try and get to this. It's I being popular online, and I'm not and I'm not YouTube popular, but like Twitter popular, and like people sending you stuff to like review and look at, and just generally like people paying attention to you. I don't know. Like today was a hard day for that, and it's just I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really glad to talk about Night Fury, not Night Sweats or Night Fever. Or wait, Night Fever. I said Night Fury. I switched it up.
Yeah. Well, someday
Night Fury. Night Fury could be a good series too, right? Like maybe
it could.
This could be the sequel. But anyways, like we're coming up on 52 minutes. I know, and I know we've talked about some weird shit, but we've also gotten feedback from a lot of you guys. So we also know that you guys unfortunately like us to get weird. Now we know that. So who knows what's going to happen? You probably shouldn't have known it. Or you probably shouldn't have known it. You probably shouldn't have told us to know it. That's wrong too. But we're going to eat corn dog pizzas soon. I think.
Dude, I don't know that we're going to do that. No. If you're just joining us or whatever, you haven't entered #Griffin in the chat. Make sure you do. You'll get. We're gonna give away a hardcover. This is a beautiful book, and you're probably gonna really enjoy it. I did the rankings last week first, so Blake, you get to do it this week. What are your thoughts on this? What are you ranking this book? What are we?
Dude, I'm about to go sky high. Honestly, like I'm about to go. We're doing out of 5 again, or do I get to decide?
We're always out of 5.
Damn it.
Because then we can add them together and we can give it a cumulative out of 10 grade.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm gonna go 4.83. I'm gonna go 4.83. I loved every moment of this. For real. Like I texted Cole right after, and I was like, dude, cover to cover, I just fucking read this thing like without a beat. And like it took me on a journey, and I'm all about it. And I don't get that experience in comic books a lot, even with stuff I love. Like I've said this in reviews and in shorts and on other live streams. There's a really magical moment with comic books and cinema and really any media. If you're reading prose or whatever, poetry, essays, anything that like just for like a moment in time when you lose track of time itself and all you care about is the story and and you're in that moment and you're with these characters and it becomes in a sense sort of real. This is how we get lured into binging YouTube shorts and TikTok reels and TikTok videos and Instagram reels. Like, it just like it takes us over and it distracts us the perfect amount and takes all responsibilities and weight of the day and all that stuff. It takes it away. This book did that for me. And so yeah, like was it perfect? No. Yes, it had a slower start. You know, that's about it. I do agree with Cole
I
on
don't
that.
know
It
that
had
the
a
slow
weird
start
start.
was even bad when you
Yeah,
actually
it
started
wasn't
getting into
bad. It
it.
was just, but I mean, like, what you can't like, what is a perfect book, right? Like, you can't. I don't know how to judge something or call something perfect, right? So I have to take a deduction off from something, just because like perfection is false. It's something that's unachievable technically, and so like, but was this close to what maybe I imagined perfection being? Like, yeah, like this was very cool. This was two seasoned creators and Jacob, who
Who's
should
also at
be on
this
the
point a
cover.
season
What?
creator. He's a
Yeah.
season creator.
So this is a season team, three season creators that like could have not phoned it in, but done what they always do, and it probably could have been a little bit easier, and they all could have cranked it out, and we would have loved it, and everything would have been great. But they tried something new, and they all took a little bit of risks. Ed took an old script that he hasn't ever been able to work out correctly. Sean inked and penciled everything in a different format, and Jacob used a typically cooler palette than he usually uses. And they all tried something new, and the end result paid off magnificently. So I mean, yeah, I part of me wants to give it like a 4.9, but like I feel like that's also unachievable, and so I'm going like I'm going 4.83. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, what's up to K Titus? How's it going, K
What's
Titus?
up?
Hope you're having a good time in the land of the rising sun. I did the Bee Gees sign off on this book. I'm guessing there's a Bee Gees song called Night Fever. I don't know that song title names are trademarked or not. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't either. I
But
don't know
also, if
anything
you
about
guys haven't checked
trademarking.
out Bronze Age Brian, I highly recommend it, especially all you people in Australia. He does a lot of comic shop tours, which is very cool to see, especially if you don't get to see a lot
So
of
so we
comic book
did
shops.
we get 4 or 5 Australian people tonight?
He's not in Australia. I was
Oh,
just saying the Australian people might enjoy it because you get to see some
oh, because
cool
they get to see.
American. Yeah,
Okay.
he also does Comic Cons and stuff like that. So I the whole time, once I finished like issue 3 of this book and I'm cruising through it, the number one thing that I was thinking in my head is I gave the last book that we talked about a 4.99. And I think that makes it hard for me to ever review another channel or another book that's extremely good. And that's a hard thing. And maybe I overgraded that one because I was so happy for it. It was a great book. It probably deserves that grade. But in
That
the
was
grand
mindset.
scheme
I
of
almost
things,
asked what we did last week. I can't
mindset,
believe
yeah.
mindset was only a week ago. I
Yeah.
cannot believe that our parade of brands and weird social media. I can't believe that happened a week ago. How much fucking
EcoBoost.
happens in a week? Cole went on a trip and had family things to deal with, and like what the fuck? Like all the
Maker's Mark cheers us.
they cheers us, didn't
They were the
sponsor us though.
they were the only people that we tried to get a sponsor that was
Yeah.
they at least gave me the Roman Reigns
Something.
treatment
Yeah,
and
they
acknowledged
something.
me. But
Didn't. Anyways,
I'm gonna give this
that's
book,
crazy. That's only a week. Anyway, sorry.
yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.81 because I feel like
Oh
you just liked
shit.
it slightly better than me. This is a great book. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips and Jacob Phillips to begin with. These are like all top tier creators. Like
Yeah.
it's hard because it's like I feel like we should grade these books harsher
I
because it's
thought
like
the
these
same
guys
thing,
are always
man.
doing it.
Yeah.
So like the one thing
Like
I would say
nitpick it.
is when it comes to their stuff, like I love Reckless.
Yeah.
But Reckless is more pulpy and it's
Yeah.
more of its own thing, right? Where Criminal, I think, does something a little bit different where it kind of expands the genre. Like
Mhm.
Reckless is just that genre. It's just that the
Yeah.
stories are weird, the
It's in a
topics are
comfy
different,
zone.
but
It
it's
stays there.
so into this niche where I think this book gets out of the niche of crime. It does something slightly different. There's horror elements, there's aliens, there's, this psycho thriller aspect of, is this dude a real dude? Is this him? Is he having multi-personality emotional disorder. Who knows? We don't know, but it's a wild ride. I think whoever gets this book is going to love it. And we are almost to that 60-minute mark. So I am going to run this. I'm just going to say for all the people outside of the US, I do order all of these books on Amazon. So if you are outside of the US, I don't think they ship outside. So you can either price tag somebody or, let me know who you want me to send it to.
We also actually might order from. We were talking about ordering from In Stock Trades.
Yeah, we might, too. But who knows?
But we'll that might also add to the.
Maybe we'll add this one. Might come a little bit later than the other ones, just to try and save money.
To throw it out there.
Hey, this is a great book, and I feel like whoever gets this is really in for a treat. I think cumulatively this is the highest we both rated a book.
Yeah.
So let's roll it. Let's see who wins this. And we are gonna go from there.
We had
K-pop, congratulations. Nice. This is a good one, and thank you for tuning in and winning it. We'll send this all the way.
Your hard work finally paid off. She's been tuning into my live shows too. So no, you definitely earned it.
And
thank you.
I would say of all of the books that we've got going on, this is definitely one to win, and we'll send this to the great state of Detroit.
Oh yeah, you'll save a little bit on shipping this time.
We won't, because it's all from Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's true. Or maybe In Stock Trades.
Or In Stock Trade, yeah. But In Stock Trade, also too, for everyone here that has ever gotten a book from me, if for whatever reason, most of the time I do order these on Amazon. So if it comes really terribly shipped, let me know, because I can just send you a shipping label and you can send that back and we can get a better copy.
Oh my God. Dude, one time someone offered to buy me a book on Amazon, like a long time ago on Twitter, and it like freaked me out. Like it was before like anyone ever sent me a comp or anything, right? And it was for Cullen Bunn's The Empty Man trilogy. They offered to buy me the second and third graphic novel of the Empty Man trilogy, and I like gave them my address, and they bought it on Prime, and I got an envelope from Amazon. Like one of them came fine, and then it was actually the third one came fine, and then the second one came, and it was in like an Amazon mailer, and it had been opened. And it was empty, and they just resent it to my address. And I was like, what the fuck? And I messaged the person on Twitter, and I was like, I don't want to be annoying, but like they basically sent an empty envelope, and I was like, I don't know if you want to issue a return or like, I mean, it's up to you. Like, I don't want to be annoying. And I feel like I was super annoying by bringing that up, but I was like, you were so nice to like pay for this, and I got an empty envelope. Like, I feel like you should know. But then I was like, man, probably should have just not said a goddamn word. But if you get something from us and it's weird, like let us know. We're cool with that.
Yeah, and I mean it's weird. Amazon does. The thing I've noticed is that they do not. They Patrick metrics, so they know how to do it. But if you complain about it, they'll send you one in a better package.
Yeah, they used to give you a month of free Prime back in the day. If they sent you a fucked up book, they'd send you another one. And then give you a free month of Prime.
Occasionally, they used to like keep them too.
Yeah, every now and then, yeah. If you like mentioned about missing an email or the return slip or anyone, they used to give you a free month of Prime. And I used to have really bad luck with Amazon deliveries, and there was 1 year where I got like a year of Prime for maybe like $30.
Yeah,
just because like I had all these issues, and they don't. Unfortunately, they don't do that anymore. And if you ask them, if you mention, you're like, well, how are you going to make this right? And they're like, we'll send you a new copy, and that's the best you're going to get. And you're like, okay, like, but yeah.
Can you at least expedite the shipping? But hey, that was a great book, Night Fever. We talked about poop. Sorry.
We did. That happened.
Yeah. So hey, come back next week. We'll probably. I think we might have already picked the book we're talking about next week, but maybe we didn't.
Well, it's going to be a different day though, because.
What the fuck?
I have Jared Luhan's Tuesday night launch party.
What the fuck, Jared? You know me.
I was trying to bring Comic Book Burrito into it, and then remember initially you told me you thought you were going to go to Colorado next week, and
we'll see. But hey, who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe something won't. We don't know. If they don't,
we're gonna go. We'll go live sometime next week with.
Just call the cops on Blake, though.
Yeah, it's fine. A lot of things are my fault, and I'm sorry.
Hey, I've been Cole. He's been Blake. Have a wonderful Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and happy New
Have a great.
And if you're here, maybe leave a comment down below. Let us know which comic you're most excited to get tomorrow. Because I don't even know what's coming out tomorrow.
And which of us is your favorite? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Why our show? is your favorite?
Yeah.
We've gotten some really good feedback from you guys, and for real, we really appreciate it, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in every week. And if like for real thoughts, well, I'll regret this. Thoughts, concerns, or
The
you know,
concerns are all you.
let us know. Like
Yeah.
let us know what you think. You know, we listen and we appreciate you, and we want to
And-
keep you coming back. So
And if you ever have a recommendation for a trade that comes
yeah,
out from
definitely.
most of the major indie comic book creators, we can maybe read those most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know if you ever, and maybe even one week we get weird. We do maybe nothing's coming out. We do something weird that you guys
Yeah,
recommend.
a past recommend.
We listen, leave comments, we engage. Like we love you. Like it's party.
Yeah. Bye. Oh, dang it. Once again, I almost clicked the Leaf Studio and just left play.
I really want you to just do that one time.